Hey guys, Sasha from Mobile Geeks here. I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with this device here. That's the ASUS Padfone. It got introduced in June 2011. It was the first of its kind. Yeah? Let me show you a little bit about this fantastic mechanism. Well, first of all, we have a 10.1 inch display, 1280 by 800 is the resolution. And on the back, let me just open this. Here we go. We got the phone. So that was a 4.3 inch device based on a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. And yeah, we really loved the phone. We really loved the combination together with the station, but it was kind of bulky, right? As you can see, and also this mechanism wasn't really so smart. But you know what? There's something new, and we finally got another version. We've been already uploading our first hands-ons and a little benchmark and reviews and whatnot onto YouTube. But now we got a brand new version. It's this one here. That's number one. And here we go with number two. And as far as I know, this should be the white version of the Padfone 2. So it also, by the way, comes with 64 gigabytes of internal memory. And that's a lot to store all your apps and music and whatnot. And we're about to unbox it right now. And you know what? Here is my very first problem again. How I'm gonna get all this terrible foil off this box. I could have done this earlier, but it just gives you an idea how much I hate this. Number one. That's the phone. Here's a tablet docking station. And you know what the interesting thing about this is? It's not only the SoC and everything, and we're going to talk about this in detail some later. I'm going to use my teeth now. Jesus. What I really like is that if you're combining the phone with the docking station, the new one, it weighs less than the new iPad, the iPad 4. This should be like 135 gram is the phone itself, and the docking station, that was like 514, so that sums up to 649 grams. And that's less than the iPad 5. Oh, not the iPad 5. I don't know how much the iPad 5 will weigh. Let's say the iPad 4. Let's say 4. Okay, fingers crossed, really fingers crossed that ASUS sent us the white version, because otherwise it's going to be another unboxing, hands-on, whatnot of the black version. So this might also be a surprise for me. I'm pretty... Ooh, look at this. Whitey white man in the house. Okay, here it is. That's the white version of the ASUS Padfone 2, and oh my goodness, this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this design. As you can see, they've been using the same shape as on the first Padfone. See that? This kind of wedge shape that actually Apple patented for their MacBook Airs, as far as I know. So watch out, ASUS. They might gonna hit you with it, because they invented the wedge shape. Anyways, you can definitely see there's already quite a difference. But you know what, before we're talking about all of this, let's see what else we have here in the box. We have these fantastic ASUS headsets. You know what, I have to give them credit for this. I love these headsets. If you're comparing them, for example, to the one that HTC is giving you, you know what, thank God I just did the HTC Butterfly unboxing. And I have those headsets somewhere here. Now look at this. Those are really sharp and edgy in your ear. And with ASUS you have this soft rubber, plastic, right? I really like them. They're very comfy to wear. Then we have the PSU, of course, and then a USB 2. Yeah, this is kind of special. Inspired by Cupertino, I would say. They also come up with their own little proprietary connector right now. ASUS, why don't you just stay with micro USB? You know why? Because, oh, look at this. You even get some of these changeable in-ear headset protection, whatever thingies. You know why they're using this special connector? Because for the new drive bay, and I'm going to show you how that looks like in a second. Okay, that was the HTC. Let's get rid of all this. And I have many phones to compare the Padfone with. But let's talk about the phone itself first and see what's new here. Oh my goodness, what a beauty. Let's see if I can get it out of there without destroying this plastic, because I still need to do the German unboxing. Yeah, here we go. That's this little device. Comes with a 4.7-inch display, 720p is the resolution, which leads us to 312 ppi. And this is a really nice Super IPS Plus display. Saying, okay, it's 16 million colors. I've never counted them all. So anyways, I told you already, it's 135 grams and it's 9 millimeters thick. Let's go around this device a little bit. So we have a 1.2 megapixel camera here on the front. We have these inductive buttons here underneath the display. On the back side, we have a 13 megapixel camera. And it's a very decent camera, I tell you that. Over here on the right, this kind of reminds me of the Apple iPhone 4 or iPhone 5. That's a power button, that's a rocker for the volume. On the bottom, we have this kind of weird connector to recharge it. And on the top, of course, we have the slot for your micro SIM card and a jack for your headset. Oh, and by the way, this also comes with a flash LED on the back. Well, that's about it. If we are going to compare this to the previous generation, you can definitely see the difference in terms of the sheer size of them. That was a 4.3, now we have 4.7. That's quite a difference, right? In terms of the weight, this might be like 2-3 grams lighter. You know what, I just don't know. If you want to look it up, right, check out the specs for the Padfone 1. I actually can't really feel a difference, because you always have to keep in mind, as soon as you're grabbing a bigger phone, and that's also very light, right, you tend to think that this might be lighter than a phone that is the same weight, but it's just a little bit more compact, like the Padfone 1 over here. Let's take a look at some other competitors, especially that's a new one. That's the HTC Butterfly. It comes with a 5-inch 1080p display. And it weighs 140 grams. This is 135 grams. This one is 9.1 millimeters. This one is 9 millimeters. So, you know, if you just take a look at this. So it's kind of hard to tell the differences two devices. Besides that, we also have the Samsung Galaxy S3 over here. Let's take a quick look at this. Here we go. Samsung Galaxy S3, 4.8-inch display. Now you can see the difference. We have them exactly. Yep, that's even. And that wasn't it 8.7 millimeters or 8.6? I'm constantly mixing up. But this one was also around 135 grams. It's almost the same as the ASUS Padfone. Maybe the HTC One X. Also 4.7-inch display, also 720p resolution. As you can see, the ASUS Padfone 2 is a little bit higher. And then we have Galaxy Nexus 4.65, and we have a Sony Xperia TX 4.55. Some say it's 4.6, but just looked it up again. 4.55. Here is a 4.5 inch display. Yeah, on the Lumia 920. And then what else do we have? If we want to get a little bit bigger, oh, by the way, here is the very first Padfone again. And what about the Galaxy Note 1, 5.3 inch? And what about the Galaxy Note 2, 5.5 inch? Here we go. So you can definitely see the differences of the form factors and of the size of these different devices. But you know what? The more I'm looking at it, it looks like an iPhone. I don't know if it's the white color or what. But anyways, before we're switching it on, I would also love to show you the docking station, because it comes with a new feature. It's a new way to get this into the tablet station. By the way, this is a 10.1 inch device again, and 1280 by 800 is the resolution, and of course also a Super IPS Plus display. So you see that already. Anything else in here? Hello, hello. Underneath, yeah, nothing. Just a bunch of manuals that I will never read. So let's see. Let's get the docking station out of here. And here we go. Oh, wow. And what you immediately realize is this is light. 540 grams for a 10-inch tablet. That's very decent. So let me show you the new mechanism here. So they put a little sticker on here so that you know how to do this. So basically what you're going to do is just take your Padfone and slide it in. That's it. Okay, that's how it looks like now. So this is pretty decent. And by the way, the docking station comes with an additional 5,000 mAh battery. So you can recharge your Padfone 2, I don't know, like at least twice, because the Padfone 2 battery, that one was Jesus. That's a good question now. 2100 something. I think 2140 mAh battery. So you can recharge it at least twice. And of course the SoC of the Padfone 2 is then powering the tablet platform. And once again, to let you know how the original one was built, here it is. And it was kind of complicated to get it in there. Right, and you always had to close the lid. And if you want to get it out, you were just pulling on it. Here we go. Plus, this was I think it was way over 700 grams that time. Oh my God, I could clean the display, couldn't I? And this one right now, the new one, is just absolutely fantastic. It doesn't feel bulky anymore. Well, of course, you have this little bulkiness in the middle of the tablet, but besides that, I love the look and feel. It's a little plasticky, but I think that's okay. Okay, let's get the phone out, and let's finally switch it on. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, we have to make a transition here. And then we're starting again here. Okay, and here we are, the Padfone 2. Let's set it up. This might take a while, I tell you that. But you know what, let's get it all in one video. Get some popcorn, get some snacks, get a drink. I'm into at least 45 minutes video mode right now. Okay. Okay, auto sync. We're using our internal Wi-Fi here. It's connected. Here we go. Come on, connected, perfect. Yes, you can have all my data. Let's set up an account quickly. I'm sorry, I can't share this confidential information with you guys, because otherwise you might want to send out some weird emails to my followers. And that would cause a problem, I tell you that. Okay, here we go. No, by the way, first impression of the screen is it's really good. That's not a Super AMOLED or what's it called on the Butterfly, Super LCD 3. They're constantly coming up with new marketing terms for a display, just to kind of separate themselves from their competitors, make their devices stand out. At the end of the day, I just don't care how you're going to call your display. I just want to make sure that it's good, that I want to use it. So this can take a while. What's the definition of while here? Well, it's still restoring, right? Let me tell you a little bit about this finish here, which actually feels really good in your hand. I love the material that ASUS is using here for the Padfone 2. By the way, it's the same material that they're using for the black version. Sometimes they're using different finishes for a black and for a white version, and therefore, just trust me, this is the same. Okay, did it just switch off? And will it ever stop? What about the pricing? Oh, good question. I bought it over here in Taiwan, and including the docking station, I paid for the 64 gigabyte one, I've paid, was it 26,000 NT dollars, 24,000 NT dollars. I think it's safe to say roughly around 800 US. Yeah. Holy shit, that's expensive. But you know what? That's the same price as I paid for the HTC Butterfly, without a docking station. Anyways, here we are. Okay, set date, that's all fine. Make yourself at home. And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not, the first thing that you see is that ASUS is really taking care of the look and feel of Android. Oh, it's downloading the latest firmware. Okay, let's go on with this, and let's check out the display, the brightness level. Okay, I need to make sure that we're not screwing it up and making it too bright, because otherwise we're gonna have some blurry effects on the camera. The display looks really nice. I can't tell you anything about it right now when it comes to the usage, the possible usage scenario and the bright sunlight, if it's possible at all. But this already looks absolutely neat, and I love their interface. So you can see here, they're not putting a lot of customized UI elements on it. They have their ASUS widget here for the weather and for the time, and the little email inbox widget, and that's about it. But what I'm not getting is that they're using this additional row of inductive buttons underneath the row of buttons from Android. Let's check out what they pre-installed. A bunch of Chinese or Taiwanese versions. What I really like is the app backup. That really helps you. The ASUS Studio, Audio Wizard. These are all ASUS apps. Everybody's using the Mirror right now. Kind of interesting. It's been also pre-installed on the HTC Butterfly. Polaris Office is pre-installed. There's a setup. There's a Street Pilot navigation. Kind of nice. And here's even a tutorial for this device. But let's head over to the settings and let's see which version of Android they're using. So this is already running Jelly Bean 4.1.1. That's really nice. And right now, it is downloading a new firmware. Let me see which firmware that. Okay, whatever. Yes, we want to download this. Okay. Well, this is downloading the firmware. Let me see if we can check out the speakers. Should be possible because. Let's try the streets. You need to be online to play this song. Well, guess what I am? Oh, someone switched the Wi-Fi off. Who did this? It wasn't me. Let me connect it again. Hello. Let's see. Okay. Now we connected. And now we should be able to listen to the streets. Or maybe not. Interesting. How about this one? Too many devices used. Okay. Yeah, that's of course a problem. When you're testing so many Google devices, you know what, everyone, and then you're coming to the limit. I think you can only use Google Play on 10 devices. So, why am I not signed in here with my original address? Hold on a second. That's kind of annoying. Oh, and by the way, what I really like is that ASUS is putting the number row on top of its keyboard, so I don't need to switch to a second keyboard level all the time. Oh, got 2 new messages. Okay, let's get rid of. Let's get rid of the Note 1. Okay, and let's get rid of the Samsung Galaxy Nexus. Okay, this should do it now. We should have another empty spot to play some music. Please. Please, Google. Here we go. Wow. Interesting, when you're holding the volume here for a while, you're getting additional settings. Love it. Okay. So the speakers are here. Yeah. Yeah, the speakers. Sounds pretty good. Let's try something else with a little bit more guitars and everything. Oh my god. Let's see, what about what about the Queens of the Stone Age? Okay. Let's kick some asses. Rock and roll. So you really need to lift it up. It sounds very decent. It's not too loud actually. Well, I would prefer to use the headsets anyway, right? So at least we checked out the speakers right now. And while the firmware is still downloading, and I'm getting a little notification telling me, okay, there's a smart sailing mode on. We can also head over to a performance mode. This was something that we already saw on all the different ASUS transformers, because there should be an additional ASUS menu here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, forget about this. Oh no, here we go. ASUS customized settings. Let's check it out. So we're launching the ASUS Sync, launch pad-only applications. That's kind of interesting when you're opening an application on your Padfone 2, and you're sliding it into the tablet station, and then the application will just immediately get displayed on the tablet. But not each and every application is working here. Enable fast boot up. Let's do fast boot up. Sounds good. I like fast. And as far as I know, that's about it. They don't have a performance setup anymore. No. Well, you can even set up these buttons here and the behavior of it. And as you can see, they came with a backlight. I saw that before. How can I reproduce this right now? Oh, here we go. You see that? Well, that was quick. Anyways, we're going to have a little firmware update, and while we're waiting for this, I'm going to check out the camera. And you know what? Let's just start it. I will take a little picture of our studio here. And I tell you what, it looks like pure chaos. Picture 1, picture 2, and let's take a little close-up here of this HTC and Padfone 2 box. And I'm going to show you how this will look like. Okay, that's this 13 megapixel camera now. You've read all your license agreements, and you know what? That's one of the most blurry pictures I've ever taken. Wow. So that looks better here, the box. See that? What about this one? That's even better. That's very decent. But this looks shitty. So I can, oh, here we go. That's a good one. Not too bad. So you need to make sure that the autofocus is working, and then you can take some very decent pictures. What about the display quality? I told you already. Let's check out the gallery if we can find some default pictures to see what viewing angles we can expect here with the Padfone 2. Oh, is it going to sync with all my Google albums? Please don't, because this will take forever. Okay, that was definitely the wrong way to use this. I think it wants to sync. Well, here's the camera. Come on, there should be some pre-installed pictures on here. ASUS, don't you have a little default gallery to show off? Usually they do. Oh, these are all my pictures. Well, let's try one. What about this one here? This was after, I think, Japan won the World Cup, the Soccer World Cup for women. we need a faster Wi-Fi, obviously. Well, this is starting to load, and hopefully, oh my god, that's a little bit too small. Mr. Accelerometer, what about you? Auto rotate screen, here we go. So, well, never mind the resolution of this picture. This is only to test the viewing angles. And they are pretty decent. It might look a little bit different on camera right now, but just trust me, that looks pretty good here. Let's finally check out the docking station, and then we will add a bunch of benchmarks to this videos, and of course also some gaming benchmarks. Okay, so we don't need this tutorial. And as you can see, the gallery is still open on the tablet right now. Let's get rid of the Padfone again. Here we go. And let's... Yeah, we don't want to have this tutorial here. And bingo. Here we go again. So, look and feel of the tablet UI. That's the classic ASUS wallpaper. I don't even know where they did this. Performance of it is just what you would expect. Here's a little Padfone station assistant telling you about the charging settings, right? You can set it up in the intelligent mode. The intelligent mode just kind of letting you know. You can also see this on this little icon down here. It's recharging the phone right now. Even though the phone should be almost fully recharged. You can set up the frequency of the inbox check, what you want to do when a call is coming in while you have the Padfone in your docking station, and the answering mode if you, for example, here prefer to use a Bluetooth headset. And we see a bunch of these applications that have been already showing you on the Padfone itself. Well, I guess I don't need to show you this again, because trust me, this is of course the same Android version. And that's quite interesting. Here are pad-only applications, so all these applications that you can't use on the phone platform, but on the tablet. So that was a quick look at the Padfone, pre-installed application, a little bit of the camera, display, comparison with its competitors. What we're going to do right now is we're going to run a bunch of benchmarks. one of the most important features on a smartphone is definitely the camera. And the ASUS Padfone 2 sports one of the best cameras on the market. That's a 13 megapixel one, and we're going to show you how the picture's going to look like and what about the video recording quality. Check it out. So yeah, the Padfone 2, what's our verdict about this? This is definitely one of the best looking smartphones that is on the market. It's also one of the fastest smartphones that is on the market. It comes with one of the brightest and best displays that is on the market. And it has one of the best cameras that is on the market. Plus, it has this killer feature of turning into a 10-inch tablet if you're going to buy this docking station. Well, in my opinion, this is definitely a fantastic device, especially when we're taking a look at the previous version, and we can still, you can tell how bulky the docking station was at that time. Now, ASUS definitely improved this a lot. I talked to one of the R&D guys, and they told me, we've been spent over a year on this simple mechanism over here, that it works well. So buy it or ditch it. If you are on the market for a new smartphone and you want some quad-core performance, you're also looking for a 10-inch tablet, maybe the Padfone 2 is absolutely right for you, because you could combine these two features into one. You have a tablet and you have a smartphone. Plus, on top of it, it's still cheaper to buy a Padfone 2 than a new 10-inch device, plus one of the newest quad-core smartphones that's out there. Plus, in combination, the phone with the tablet docking station, it's still lighter than an Apple iPad 3. And I think that's very, very interesting and definitely one of the killer features of this device. I'm definitely a fan of the ASUS Padfone 2. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up somewhere down here, there. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. And I would like you to subscribe to our channel, and maybe you want to share our videos. So I'm still searching for mobile geeks, and this is the Padfone 2. Thank you so much for watching.